Temporary Protected Status, or TPS, has affected hundreds of thousands who have fled dangerous conditions and nations, and they depend upon it to legally reside in the United States. But are those protected now threatened by the current administration's stance on this issue? The president has vowed to end their temporary status. With loss of TPS, these people face difficult options, decisions such as giving up their jobs to work off the books so they can stay in the United States, or go back to their homelands and back to the conditions that they had left. And what about their children who are American citizens now by law? Do they make a go of it on their own here in the United States, or do they go with their parents to a country that they simply do not know? And the nation won't only lose people under temporary protected status, and this is one of the arguments. The argument goes it will also lose cold, hard cash. According to a study conducted by the Center for American Progress, some $164 billion of gross domestic product may also disappear. Some of our neighbors on Long Island see a ray of hope. Joining us now to talk about all of these issues, two of those Long Islanders caught in the struggle for change. They are Rodman Serrano and Walter Barrientos, part of an organization that serves immigrants, the organization called Make the Road New York. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. Walter, let me ask you the first question, if I can. I mentioned the organization, Make the Road New York. Tell me about the organization and what it does.
Sure. So we provide what we call survival services for many immigrant families. About 22,000 people are our members, and we provide basic services like English classes and legal representation and counseling for immigrant families, along with some of our advocacy and leadership development work, which is how we have been working with Rodman as a community member.
Rodman, let me bring you into the conversation, if I might. So your parents came here from El Salvador. They were under the category, the appropriate category of temporary protected status. Now they're being told that that status is going to expire. What have you said when you've talked to your parents about the prospects of the future for them?
Yeah, well, the administration's decision to end TPS that was announced early in January, it really pulled the rug beneath our feet. My parents have been living in this country for over 25 years, and they've had they were protected under TPS since 2001, and so we all sat down as a family soon after the announcement was made, and I can tell you it was one of the hardest conversations that you could ever have. To imagine my parents no longer around for us, it's something that I would never want to imagine. But now the Trump administration has given my family a deadline. We have until September 2019 to really figure out what we are going to do.
Walter, let me ask you about some of the logistics of this, if you would. There's a lot of uncertainty surrounding this, including if indeed it expires. We've heard the government say, well, we're going to be somewhat selective about who we are going to force to leave. Understanding these uncertainties, what kind of advice then can you give to somebody like Rodman and his parents?
We know that there's a lot of uncertainty, but on the other hand, we also know that the administration, and in particular, the Republican Party in Congress, has made it clear that they intend on setting up as big of a deportation machine as they can, and we're seeing that in the negotiations that are ongoing right now in the Senate and in the House. So it's pretty clear that even though that they are being ambiguous on purpose, while they set up this deportation machine that we're seeing, for example, here on Long Island, ICE has set up a contract to begin having as many as 150 immigrants, including women and children, in one of our detention centers, in one of our local jails. So the infrastructure is being set up, and it's pretty clear. And so in the face of that, we are working predominantly with families like Rodman's so that they can be sharing their stories, because we think that this is a huge injustice that's happening to our communities and to families like Rodman's. And we're also advocating. We are organizing and advocating for policies, bills that have been proposed in Congress, including one that we worked very closely with Congresswoman Velasquez to allow thousands of families like Rodman's, about 400,000 of them, not just from El Salvador and Honduras, but also many East African countries, so that they will be able to have a pathway to adjusting their immigration status here permanently and remain with their families together in our communities.
If someone came up to you and they said to you, Robin, I heard your story, and I'm not at all unsympathetic to your situation. I'm really not, and I don't want to harm you and your family. However, the law is what the law is, and the law allowed your parents to come into this country on a temporary status because of what was taking place in El Salvador at the time. And now the law is saying, well, those conditions don't exist, so the temporary status should not exist. What would you say to that person? Again, understanding it's somebody who might be sympathetic to you.
Well, I would tell them that, well, my family is one of hundreds of thousands of families who have built our entire lives here. Long Island, the United States, this is our home. And it's very important for our government, our local elected officials, that they recognize that people like my parents who have benefited so much from TPS, that they have contributed enormously to the community and to the economy, and that my parents, through all of their hard work and sacrifices, that they have given me so many opportunities. I'll be graduating from college soon, and it'll all be because of my parents' sacrifices and hard work. And it's really immoral and unjust to separate many, many families after living here for so many years and contributing so much to what this country is. El Salvador is also not a place where there's any real job opportunities and where there's no real safety. And so to take two parents like mine and to send them to El Salvador, to a country where they haven't been to in over 25 years, it's wrong. My parents are, even though they're not citizens, they are American.
Let's talk about Rodman's parents. Do you think there's a realistic prospect here of something being crafted that would allow them some sort of path to a different legal status so they could say, look, we've been here for 20 years, we've been productive, we've raised a wonderful young man who's graduating from college. Do you realistically see something on the horizon that might help them?
We think that we have a moral responsibility as a country to create a pathway for many of these families who not only have they been working here, they are also homeowners.
And again, we should stress a legal pathway you're talking about.
Exactly, because right now they have immigration status, a pathway for TPS recipients like Rodman's parents to be able to adjust status has always been part of conversations around immigration reform up until this administration, who just decided to end the program without a solution. This will cause major disruption to communities like ours, because here on Long Island alone, close to 5,000 TPS families are holders of mortgages. And that means that within the next 2 years, 5,000 people will have to leave their homes and potentially even leave their mortgages. And we've already had a housing crisis, particularly a zombie home crisis here on Long Island. It's also going to be irresponsible for our local economy, because we think that there needs to be a better solution. We don't believe that the narrative coming from the administration is reflective of how families like Rodman's and mine play in local communities like here on Long Island.
Robin Serrano, Walter Barrientos, thank you both for spending some time with us and sharing your thoughts. You both be well now.
Thank you.